Chapter 8, Medieval Architect, Part 1. Chapter 8, Medieval Architect. All activities of man are usually done to gain happiness along with the earning and income. Rulers, feudal lords, and people from royal families gained a lot of pleasure from various arts. Literature, painting, music, dance, and architecture please all. Financially sound people construct different structures to achieve fame, for contentment, for the welfare of the society, for faith, so that others could utilize them and seek pleasure. So over here they want to say when we earn an income, we see to it that we gain happiness when we earn the income, and when we spend that particular income on something that we like to do, we gain happiness. In the same way, when these rulers, feudal lords, and royal families, they used to gain happiness and pleasure by exposing themselves to the various forms of art, literature, painting, music, dance, and architecture. These are all various and different type of uh, arts. Okay, so they have also constructed various structures in order to achieve the fame, in order to achieve the love of the people on whom they used to rule, so that the society can take and seek the pleasure of the monuments that they have built or the art that they have created. Most of the structure constructed possess specific characteristics of that particular era. They become exemplary work of art. Hence, they no longer remain private, but become public properties. Thus, the style in which a building is designed and constructed, especially with regard to a specific period, place, or culture, is known as architecture. In the same way, they want to say that when this particular art architecture is constructed, then these art and architectures have a special characteristics which resembles to that particular era, which has a thought or the life that reflects in that architect. Thus, the style in which building is designed and constructed with regard to the specific period, place, or culture is known as architecture. So, when all this culture of the people, beliefs of the people, when it is been taken care and some structure is built, then that form of structure is known as an architecture. Gujarat too saw many such architectural splendors during the splendors being constructed during the varied area. So Gujarat is also having a various types of different architectural structures which are very rich, and splendor means very great in their nature, when Gujarat has been ruled by different people in different era. Let's see some of them in this chapter. Let us now learn about the medieval architect of India. So in the medieval period, the architect which was there in Gujarat, which is still there in the Gujarat, will learn and study about it. Somnath temple, a very famous Somnath temple of ours. The Somnath temples is located in Prabhas Patan near the Veraval in Junagadh. So this is its geographical location. It's in Veraval, Junagadh, Saurashtra on the western coast of Gujarat. It is one of the 12th Jyotirling shrine of Lord Shiva. In Hindu mythology, it has been said that Lord Shiva is having a 12 Jyotirlings. Okay, उनके 12 ज्योतिर्लिंग्स हैं, 12 पिंड है. It was one, and this Somnath is one of amongst it. It is one of the most ancient, prosperous, and important pilgrimage centers of Shaivism. So the one who used to follow Shiva, it is the most important and prosperous pilgrimage center. That means Tirthasthal. Currently, one of the site of the old temple is seen. The construction of the new temple was completed in 1951. So, only the one part of the old temple is been seen, and the new temple which has been constructed is been constructed in 1951. Dwarkadhish Temple. Dwarka is situated in Jamnagar district near the coast of Gujarat on the northern bank of river Gomti. So this is the geographical location of Dwarka. Constructed in 13th century, the temple became the part of Char Dham, Haridham, pilgrimage considered sacred by the Hindus in India. Now this is a very important pilgrimage center, Tirth for the one who believe in Lord Krishna. It consists of four-armed deity of Lord Krishna within the Garbhagriha and a Mahamandapa. Now when we talk about that which Krishna avatar they follow, so they follow, this temple is having the Krishna avatar where Krishna is having four arms. Okay, within the Garbhagriha and the Mahamandapa, that is the one big prayer hall, and the inner portion of it is there. One has to climb 80 steps to attain entry into this temple. So to get into this temple, one has to climb the 80 steps. Its shikhar rises to 6 stories. The mandapa is a 5-storied structure built on 60 pillars. So now over here they are explaining the structure of the temple. The one who enters the temple, they have to climb the 80 steps. Now this entire shikhar means the top of the temple is having 6 stories, that means 6 male hain uske. The mandapa is having 5-story structured building, and the mandapa, which is the big prayer hall, is there. It is having a 5-story building, and it is built on how many pillars? So 60 pillars. The temple has a rich carving on its outer walls, but the interiors are relatively plain. There is Matha of Srimad Shankaracharya near the temple. Adi Shankaracharya, the 8th century reformer and philosopher, has set up mathas in all 4 corners of India, and Dwarkadhish temple is one of the Shraddha Peeth set up by him. So they are saying that outside walls of this Dwarkadhish temple is having a lot of carvings, but when we enter inside, the walls are pretty plain. Okay, and there is a mutt of Adi Shankaracharya, and he says he was the philosopher, and in all 4 corners of India he has set his mathas, and Dwarkadhish is one of the Shraddha Peeth temple that he has set up. So this is all about the Dwarkadhish temple. Sun Temple of Modhera. So the Sun Temple of Modhera in Mehsana district of Gujarat is a temple dedicated to the Hindu sun god, okay, Surya. Excuse me for this. This is a Surya temple for god Surya. It was built in 1026-27 CE by the King Bhimdev I of Solanki dynasty. The Sun Temple has a unique architectural design. So it has been situated in the Mehsana district, and it is for god Sun as a god Surya Dev. The Sun Temple has a unique architectural design, and it has been established and been developed by the King Bhimdev I. The construction of the high plinth, the temple comprises the 3 separate and integrated elements. So it is on at a high plinth, that means it's not on the ground level, but it has been taken on little height from the ground level, and when it has been taken from at a height from the ground level, it comprises of 3 separate but built together and having connection with each other. So there are 3 separate and integrated elements to it. Garbhagriha, which is the inner part, Pradakshina path, and Sabha Mandapa. So these are the 3. Garbhagriha means the inner portion of it. Pradakshina path means the one who walks around the temple, and Sabha Mandapa, that means the assembly hall. So these are the 3 important interlinked part of it. Now each area has its own importance. The mandapa in front of the sakkam has 52 beautifully carved pillars depicting the tales from Ramayana and Mahabharata and representing 52 weeks of the year. So this Mahamandapa is having a beautifully carved pillar, and it tells about the story of Ramayana and Mahabharata and 52 weeks of the year. Tornas adorn the entrance. The exteriors of this temple is intricately carved, that means they are very beautifully carved. This temple has been designed in such a way that the sun rays illuminates the Sakam at dawn during the time of equinox. That means the sun rays falls at in early in the morning, the sun rays falls directly on this the Garbhagriha, that is the inner portion to it, and during the time of equinox, Sharad and the Vasant months. Okay, the Surya Kund, the pool which is there in a rectangular stepped tank at the entrance of the temple, has exemplary geometric features. That means a very interesting geometric features which is there in the Surya Kund, which is the pool in the entrance of the temple, with innumerable stone steps and 108 miniature shrines chilsed between these steps. Surya Kund is a site to be captured and treasured. A center of attraction for historians and architects alike, the Modhera Sun Temple, located on the west of the Tropic of Cancer, is similar in many respects to the Konark Sun Temple situated at the east of the tropic. So they says that the Surya Kund is a very important and a place to be captured when we go to Modhera Sun Temple, and it's a center of attraction for the historians and architects. And the Modhera Sun Temple, which has been located on the Tropic of Cancer, on the west side of the Tropic of Cancer, is in many ways similar to the Konark Sun Temple, which is situated on the east of the tropic. Rudra Mahalaya. Rudra Mahalaya is a historical monument located in the Siddhpur in Patan district on the bank of Saraswati river in North Gujarat. Many magnificent temple dedicated to Lord Shiva, called as Rudra Mahalaya, was constructed by Mulraj Solanki and then completed by Sri Siddharaj Jai Singh, the then ruler of Patan. So over here it is says that Rudra Mahalaya is a very historical moment which is located in the Siddhpur in Patan district on the banks of Saraswati river. Rudra Mahalaya was constructed by Mulraj Solanki and later it was completed by Siddharaj Jai Singh, the ruler of Patan, and it has been dedicated to the Lord Shiva. The temple was an architectural wonder with a 3-story shikhara and 1600 pillars, 12 entrance door, central mandapa and the porch on the east, north, south and second in the west. My God, such a grandeur, such a big temple that has been constructed, which is having so many intrinsic details of it. Around the temple there were 11 shrines of Rudra. The eastern gate was adorned with a beautiful carved toran with a flight of steps leading to Saraswati river. So over here there are 4 gates and the eastern gate is beautifully carved, which is going towards the Saraswati river. The ornamentation of the temple was exuberant as shown by the elaborated and detailed carving on the pillars and the beautiful torans, which are the only remains of the temple today. So now when we say Rudra Mahalaya, then we are left with only the entrance toran that has been left and the intrinsic carving which is there on this toran, and rest we don't have anything about these great temples now.